Say no, no, no. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of the Black Leather Couch podcast.
Let's go.
As you know, you got your boy Dub here.
It's your boy Art, aka Griff,
aka Griffington, the Merkster,
the Griffinator. So, do you want to start us off or just?
Well, I guess we can just hop right into the topic of discussion, huh?
Topic of discussion today is cancel culture. More like, what is it? How does it affect us? And then, just our personal thoughts on it. So what is it?
Cancel culture is basically when any person around the world goes back and searches someone's history. Doesn't matter if they were 3 years old and they go back and find something that they don't like that person said.
Right.
And then they bring it to the light and start bashing this person, and then a bunch of other people just jump on the bandwagon and say it's not right.
Right. And then therefore ending that person's career, ending that person's livelihood, their whatever. If they're a movie star, ruin their opportunities, they get fired, whatever. And I think there's of course, the people can go too far. There's no doubt in my mind. People, if you have Nazi memorabilia in your garage or something, that's a good cause maybe for somebody to be canceled. Or yeah, we'll just say canceled. But nowadays it's swung all the way to the left, where it's just like crazy. You can get canceled for anything,
mm-hmm.
anything you said, anything you've done, like Eric said in the past, and it's gotten ridiculous. So I looked it up on Google, what the definition of cancel culture is. Cancel culture, rarely also known as call-out culture, is a phrase contemporary.
Call-out culture.
Is a phrase contemporary to the late 2010s and early 2020s, used to refer to a form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of the social or professional circles, whether it be online or social media or in prison. So I mean, that shit, yeah, in prison too. That's just crazy to me. I think of people who in America we have the First Amendment. You have the freedom, the freedom of speech, right? Free speech. We have free speech here. We should be able to say what we want to say, of course, within reason, as long as it doesn't impede on anyone else's rights.
Right. Anyone else's rights, not their beliefs.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gotten so bad to where if you say something that is the most people find, what's the word I'm looking for? Most people find offensive, and that can be anything, really.
Yeah.
What's offensive? I don't like that you don't affirm the way I identify myself, or I don't like the way that you open the door for me. That's what I'm used to. It's just that it's become so sensitive nowadays that we can't do anything.
Yeah, 100%. And just a great example of that is the whole Kevin Hart incident.
Mm.
Apparently, he said he had some gay jokes.
You gotta get right up on it.
He said some gay jokes back when. I don't know who even knows when it was. I don't know. and then that affected him. Now he's a, worldwide, he's an actor, comedian. He's on all of these different types of commercials and all of this stuff. And they pull something from years ago to, strip him from hosting the Grammys, I think it was, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he should have every right to say whatever it was that he said. And we got to get this.
It was a joke too. It wasn't like I don't think he believes any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a joke. And even if he did believe it, he has the right to believe it.
Yeah. He's
not impeding on anyone's rights because he believes in anything.
Yeah.
He has, but that has now affected, the Grammys, hosting the Grammys was one of his dreams apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And that they stripped him of that because of something he said years ago. And this whole thing where people are saying, homophobic, transphobic, and all of these different things.
Fatphobic.
It's like, if I don't agree with what they're doing, that does not make me a homophobe, does not make me a transphobe, doesn't make fatphobe. It doesn't make me those things.
Mm.
I heard something recently that's called an ad hominem fallacy,
mm-hmm.
which is someone uses a name to call you, and that is supposed to make everything that you said previously to what you just said invalid.
Right.
So, for example, if I was arguing a point and I had really good points, and then somebody calls me a, homophobic,
yeah,
or a homophobe or whatever, everything that I said before that has been discounted, whatever,
Yeah, dude, I want to use an example real quick, man. I know you're going to love this one. So if you were to say that being, let's just say 50 pounds overweight
mm-hmm.
is unhealthy.
Yeah.
If you were to say that eating a bunch of sugary and salty foods 7 days out of the week is unhealthy, and that you can exercise and eat better to get in shape, to look better, to feel better, all this stuff. But then someone, you see somebody who's maybe it's a plus size model or you see something and you call them out and say, hey, that's unhealthy,
mm-hmm.
right? Then they label you as fatphobic, yeah. Right? And then after that, everything you said before, which is true, being a certain amount of being overweight is unhealthy. It mm-hmm. lessens your lifespan, your quality of life,
cognitive abilities,
just your life and the quality of life in general. All that stuff gets discounted now because all of a sudden you're this evil word, fatphobic.
Yeah,
which is it's just crazy to me.
It is. It's silly. Yeah. It's the silliest thing, man, and it really should stop. It needs to go away.
Yeah,
it really does, because if all you have to do, you can say anything and offend someone.
Yeah.
You can say anything and offend someone. And this cancel culture thing has really everyone afraid to say anything.
Right.
It's like you can't be your authentic self because someone is going to be recording what you're saying, and it's going to get out online on the internet somewhere, somehow. It's going to be leaked. And then that could potentially ruin your business, ruin your life. But they don't care about the effects that it has on this person, right? They just care that, I feel good now that I ruined this this woman's life.
Yeah, and I think, man, it's hard to know, like, where does it stop, man? If you can cancel somebody, for saying something that they believe is true. Like I said, and I think it's ridiculous that these people, they like to pull out straw men. Like, okay, what if they believe that, all women should be, I don't know, slaves or whatever? What if they believe this crazy thing? They use a straw man to attack your argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forget about all that ridiculous stuff. Where do we draw the line for, let's just say, a rational person, if they believe something that could possibly be true and helpful? How do we say, okay, that is, we're able to accept this person's point of view? How do we get there, man? That's the thing.
Well, I think it starts with maturity. I think it starts with, being able to analyze yourself, analyze your own thoughts and your beliefs, and then being firm in those beliefs. Like, I shouldn't need everyone else to believe what I believe in order to believe it. I should not, that if I needed Art and my parents and my cousins and my sisters and my whole family to believe everything that I believed, I probably don't believe it. It's probably not something that I really believe in. So if I need to go recruit people to say, hey, gang up on this person because they believe differently than me, then that's an issue with you, not with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw this clip because a lot of this stuff, people like attention. Let's just put that on the forefront. People love attention. So I see a lot of people attacking someone who is easily attacked because they might have an opposing view, like fat phobia, or maybe they don't believe that, they don't affirm transgender pronouns. They don't agree with those. I've seen a lot of people throw stones at them because it's easy. They like the attention. They like being part of the crowd because, let's just face it, man, that's part of human survival instincts. Is just to be part of the crowd. If you're not part of the crowd, you will get hammered. If you're the nail sticking out, you will get, and that's a hard thing to do when you truly believe something. There's a reason that you believe something. That's a really hard thing to do, especially now.
Especially now. But there should be a sense of freedom in being an individual instead of the other way around.
Right.
We were all made different. We were all made how we were made, specifically, well, for a specific reason. That's what my beliefs are. But it should be allowed. Everybody shouldn't have to agree with you in order for you to feel alive or to be human.
Right.
It's just not the case.
The thing is, though, back in the day, and there's 2 points, right, to this. Why I personally think that cancel culture is where it is now, where it's so heavy, why it's so mainstream. One reason is because, way back when, 50, 40 years ago, there used to be a lot of, hate towards these ostracized groups, like gays, people who were, they were called trannies back then, but they weren't transgender. They were just
cross-dressers.
Cross-dressers,
yeah. Okay. Drag queens, things like that.
Yeah. So these people were, hated, beat up. Some of them might have been, deleted because of what they did. Okay, and that's wrong. Obviously, that's not cool. So then some of these people, actually a lot of these people, will delete themselves because of whatever's going on in their head, right? So there's that thing. There's the emotional side of it where it's called emotional blackmail. Like, hey, if you don't affirm this person, or this idea, then you're contributing to their possible suicide, or their possible self-loathing or whatever.
Yeah.
And people will gang up on them. The second thing is the money, right? You make a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
You make a lot of money being controversial like that, especially if these companies don't care about you, man.
They don't.
But as long as this mess sells, then they're going to keep it coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why.
100%.
So that's why I think it's so easy. Like the thing with Andrew Tate and the thing with Jordan Peterson, where he just got.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, just straight up booted because they said some stuff that some of it's true. I don't agree with everything that either one of them say, or but some of it I do, but I believe in their right to be able to.
Right.
They should be able to say those things.
And you respect them for saying it.
Yeah.
Not hate them for saying it. It's like, look, you have a really unique perspective because of experiences or whatever it is, and I'm glad you can share it. That doesn't mean I need to take part in it. That doesn't mean I need to adopt those views or values, but I can listen, I can agree, or I can agree to disagree. That doesn't mean I gotta hate you. That doesn't mean that. That is stupid.
Yeah.
That is dumb. It's like, if I don't agree with you, then I automatically hate who you are and hate all of that stuff. No, that's dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
It just is. And that's how people walk around these days. It's like, if you don't agree with my lifestyle, then you don't accept me as a human. Like, no, you just made that up. You just made that up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a thing though, because they think that you don't love these people. I mean, if you say like, hey, look, I love you as a person, I respect you as a person, I don't think you're any less of a person for what you believe in. They don't like that because then you seem rational. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of times where I see where you hear that, but they say no. Well, but like with Dave Chappelle, he'll say, look, I don't have a problem with what you do. I don't. I'm not gonna say that you're any less of a person, but this is what I believe.
Yeah.
So I think there's, like I was telling you before, there's power in victimhood. If you can be the victim all the time, there's no reason to take accountability. You're just always oppressed. You're always right. Yeah. And it's all based off of how you feel.
It's all based off of how you feel. And I feel like victimhood is an epidemic. It truly is. So many people blame their circumstances all the time. I despise that, because at the end of the day, we all have decisions to make. We all have choices. Same as, and so the other day I posted something on my social that that was on 60 Minutes about the whole obesity thing, right, and it being genetic. That's a lie.
Yeah,
that's a lie. And if and I'll probably be counseled for saying that that's a lie in 10 years. They'll be like, oh well, he's telling people basically that they should be accountable for how they look and what they do. I am saying that, and I believe that they should be. That doesn't mean that it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
And that's where people love to just take what you say and let it mean what they think it means instead of what you said. Right. And like, no, that's not the case. It's a lie that your genetics will make you fat. That's a lie. Okay.
You heard it here, folks. It's a lie.
and then they got doctors, they got lab coats saying this crap, so you believe it more.
Yeah.
But That doesn't mean that it's going to be easy when you already have learned the behaviors that lead to obesity, right? And then some people just have conditions that rare conditions, meaning less than 1% of the world population have these conditions. And then everybody wants to take that and put it on the forefront like everybody has it. Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. But tell them the kicker, man. Tell them the best part about the 60 million scene.
The best part of that is that they were selling a drug at the end of it. Oh, you know what? No. An even better part of that was that the sponsor of the show was the owner of the drug company that they were pushing at the end.
Wow.
So let me get this right. You're sponsoring this 60 Minutes episode. Okay. You also are pushing the drug that we are showing on the show at the end of the episode. Has anyone heard of conflict of interest? What?
Bro. And then the way she kind of stuck it in there too. She kind of snuck it. She was like, yeah, by the way, we are sponsored by the drug company that the video we're making on. So anyway. So what do you guys say? let's get to the selling of the drug. But and that's the thing, man. It's just a pill popping society, man. We want everything. Mm-hmm. We don't want to work for it. We want it now. We want to put it in the microwave, take it out, and make it work right now.
And so many people are missing out, man. So many people are missing out on the experience of life when they take the easy way. It's just like, dude, everybody says it's not about where you're going. It's about, the journey. And it's so true, because just like, we work out, we weightlift, and the perseverance, the stamina and all of the stuff that you need to get, especially today's workout was brutal. I was tired. It took way too long because I was whooped, but that's pretty much how life is. There's a lot of things that you can compare in life. You can compare that to weightlifting,
right?
Because you get built up, and then you tear your muscles down to get stronger. Tear your muscles down to get stronger. It's the same way in life. And if you're not willing to do anything hard, if you rather cut the fat off your stomach and put it in your butt instead of dieting, and I'm not saying that to bash people who do that. Right. Okay, because I'm pretty sure as soon as I said that, oh, he hates me. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, now you can say that I'm saying that, but you'd be wrong, and you're just lying to yourself to make you feel better about yourself.
Exactly. That's all that is.
But yeah, you're robbing yourself of humanity. You're robbing yourself of growing those calluses, becoming a better person, a better human, and enjoying life.
Just a better life, man.
Yeah.
You could just a little bit of suffering, man, for the rest of your life. You could be living, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, man. Just working out. I've been to the gym before these last couple of weeks, and I don't know, not consistently, not for months, maybe like even a year. It was just like, man, I don't want to do this, and then you get into that cycle of like, oh man, I don't want to work out. Since I don't want to work out, I'm just gaining all this fat. I'm getting all this fat, so I'm more depressed, and I don't want to work out. It's just like a crazy positive feedback loop. But so one thing I was thinking about too while you were talking, and I think that one of the best solutions to all of this, the cancel culture, going back to that, is that people just realizing that just taking accountability, it's like, you know what, I might not be right. Like even me, or even the people I agree with, I might not be right about, maybe I should see it from their side. And I think that will, eliminate a lot of this it's tough. I've heard one guy say, ask that person, are you open-minded?
Oh.
If it's like a person who's crazy, dogmatic about their beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
are you open-minded? And this is mostly going to be on the left because they claim to be open-minded. Okay, what about my beliefs? Who I might not agree with everything. So what are you open to? No, of course not, because that would require some accountability. I'm saying that you might be wrong. I have some good points, and if you can disqualify me before I even get started, you don't even have to. You don't have to take any accountability. You can do whatever you want, and that's what it really comes down to. People just want to do what they want to do, and they want to feel right about. They want the world to.
Validate them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want the world to comfort them, and they want the world to tell them that it's what you're doing is right. That nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, and we have to get in the. For one, we really need to stop approaching life like it's supposed to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think starting out that way, whether you were coddled as a kid or whatever, life is not supposed to be easy. So when you run into hard things, that's called life. It just is. So don't expect it to be easy. And the same thing with working out, y'all. Same thing with working out. Everybody wants it to be easy. Everybody wants it to be quick. And then when the first 2 weeks, when they're super sore, they're tired and all of this stuff, they're like, oh crap, this ain't going to work. No, it is going to work. It is working. That's why you feel the way you feel.
Yeah, right. That's how you know it's working.
Yeah, just push through, push it. Give it another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks. And then before you know it, you're going to be loving what you see in the mirror. You're going to be beating people off you. And that's how it goes.
Yeah, man, when you're all jacked up like that, there's this trainer I used to have a long time ago, man. He used to tell me, like when I was doing up downs, burpees, to lunges, and I couldn't breathe. He used to say, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
I got some.
You know who that is?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
You
but
maybe met him before.
I had plenty of good stuff today. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, we really need to eliminate cancel culture, and I think it starts with your willingness to have dialogue with people that you don't agree with, people that are different from you. So if you don't have any white friends, get some white friends. If you don't have any black friends, get some black friends. And everything else, all the other ethnicities and nationalities and things like that. Get around some people who don't necessarily believe what you believe, and then find what brings you guys together, and focus on that. Don't focus on, oh well, he believes that the sky is orange, because that's dumb. Yeah. Right. And then and having those people around you are going to get you to see things from a different perspective. And I like to tell my girl this, is that I do not see things in reality. I see things from my perspective, right? Oftentimes your perspective is not reality. It's just what you think is reality. And that's not the Matrix stuff. We're not in a simulation, but
yes, we are. We are in a simulation. Check geeksceptor.com. We are in a simulation.
But no, seriously. Seriously, we don't see things for what they are oftentimes, because we have all of these different, life experiences and different things, and that's fine. It is, but my reality can mesh with Art's reality all the same. It doesn't have to be, oh well, yours is different, so I hate you. That's silly.
I think one thing is too, people need to know that the people who disagree with you are not so going back to the fat phobic thing,
Mm-hmm.
telling them, like you just said, life is gonna be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. Telling them that, you're not telling them that because you hate them. In
Right.
fact, the opposite.
Yeah.
You're trying to help them. It reminds me of a story where when I was working at Blockbuster years ago. This guy comes in with this hoodie on, and he says he's walking throughout the store. He's walking up and down the aisles, and I don't know what he's doing. One of the employees there, Steve, tells me, he's like, "Hey, that guy's stealing stuff." And the guy looked a little rough, so I was like, nah, he just looks rough. It doesn't mean he's stealing anything. And he's like, nah, he's stealing stuff. he's taking stuff, right? And I didn't see him. I was doing stuff in the back. So I was like, all right, let me go check it out. So I approached the guy. The guy looks at me, looks at the door. There's only one way to get out. Looks at me, looks at the door, and he just books it towards the door. And so I started fast walking, and he just, bam, he's out the door, and I thought he was going to run. Open the door. This guy's plopped out right in front of the door. And I'm like, are you? I was like, okay, first off, you should have ran. But why are you sitting in front of? I was like, what happened? And then he's like, I was like, are you stealing stuff? And he digs through he's got this front pouch, and he's digging through he's rumbling through all the movies and candy he stole, and all of the different toys he took. And then he pulls out this one candy bar and says, it's just chocolate. It's just chocolate. I heard you digging through all of that stuff. It is just chocolate. I said, okay, bro, you can't come back in my store. You can't come back in my store. It's just chocolate. It's just chocolate. So a lot of people are just presenting the chocolate. They're not dealing with all that stuff in the pouch, right? They only want you to see the little chocolate candy bar, like, it's not so bad. But no, what about the rest of that stuff you got in you, man?
Sure.
Let's address that, you thief. No, let's address that, because unless we address what's really going on, like the root of the problem, which is you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're going to continue to be unhealthy no matter what you label yourself. Oh, I'm thick. Oh, I'm slim thick. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Nah, you're still unhealthy.
Yeah, or whatever you label the people that are telling you that it's not good for you. Right.
So let's dig through that pouch. But that's what I think, man. I think if we just take a little accountability, even me, just what am I doing wrong?
Right.
What people are saying this about me for a reason. How can I fix this?
Mm-hmm.
And just like Christ, he said a lot of things that people didn't agree with. That's why they wanted to kill him. But it wasn't because he hated them. No, it's because
that's a personal jinx, by the way.
Yeah.
You owe me everything.
Oh man, I ain't got nothing. But he did it because the exact opposite, because he loved them. He wanted them to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah 29:11. He knows the plans he has for you. So,
plans to prosper.
Prans.
Yeah, you can prance if you want.
Prans to prosper. Prans to prosper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cancel culture got to go. Cancel culture needs to be canceled, and it's even in the mainstream media. I hate the media with a passion. I hate the news. The news, and this is my favorite quote. Well, one of my pertaining to the media, I'll say that. Denzel Washington, he says, if you don't listen to the media, you're uninformed. If you listen to the media, you're misinformed. Because they lie about everything.
Right.
They lie. And if, it's just like they say, how you know when a politician is lying? Their mouth is moving. And that's what the media does, man. There's so many examples of, just like when the head of, what network was that, got caught saying that fear drives numbers, basically. I forgot what the.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. Anyway, he went to dinner. I guess he didn't realize it was a reporter and they were recording him, which is wrong. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But still, and this was about the whole pandemic. They just feed you full of. Yeah. It's just they just pump you full of crap. And to say one more thing.
Yeah.
One of the top three things, the top three killers during COVID, right? So obviously people who were overweight and got COVID, they were the most people who died, right? If that makes sense. So if you were obese and you got COVID, you were more likely to pass. If you had a stress-related illness, and got COVID, you were more likely to pass. Those are the top two things. And then the third one was diabetes. So, and then, kind of taking that back to what the media would do to people every day, and it was like on a little ticker, number of death. They were just pumping fear into everybody, right? And if they could get you to be scared of seeing another human being, if that elevated your heart, pumped you full of cortisol, got you stressed to see another human,
you stay inside and spend money.
Dude, what? Anyway, but we're not gonna talk about that anymore.
Oh man! All right, we good?
We can be. Great conversation.
Hey. But yeah, man. I think that's. Maybe we could do a part 2 on this, man. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that I missed on this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got off topic a lot.
I think we both.
But yeah, that was good, man.
That was good. All right.
Well, until next time, folks. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and good evening this morning.
Good evening this morning.